No, I'm glad. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And besides the trauma you've been through, I'm sure you've heard of other people's. And I hear of a lot of people's, like people's houses burning down, their kids, their parents, their spouses dying.
Yeah.
You know, motorcycle car crashes, like crazy things. Like even just something as like your house flooded or a roof collapsed or something like that that no one wants to happen. You know, your pet's dying, like whatever, or something like even way more horrible than those things. People don't plan for,
right.
You know. And identity life is there's going to be a crisis. So it's almost like you gotta like plan for it, but you hope and pray for the best. But most people don't, I think, have that reality, like, you know what, there might be crap hitting the fan in a week, 10 years from now. I kind of want to be a little bit ready for that, if that happens, and hopefully not. And in that, you take precautions to, well, just like most people have, well, in New Hampshire we don't have to have car insurance. Some people have many other types of insurance. So I think a good insurance is education.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And networking, because if you know the right person who can bail you out from whatever situation it is, that could help too.
Absolutely. And also knowing people that can like challenge your brain. Like,
yeah.
Like it's amazing. I mean, we've gotten connected. I think you're an extremely smart person.
Oh,
the conversations that we have had, like, it's incredible. I learned from you, even like the last conversation about building podcasts, there's things you told me that I didn't know, that I wasn't aware of.
Cool.
Also, you know, the time saving things that we talked about, like I didn't know those were options either. There's people I have in my phone that have been on TED Talks that I can call and say, hey, like I'm thinking about doing a speech, like what are some things you suggest? But that's all from just growing and networking, or even like you said here, you're tattooing so many different types of people. You're learning so much about them. And then what I think is great, which is so interesting to me, is that you said you're an introvert, which I would never know that. But this profession has allowed you, I guess in a sense, maybe to get comfortable being uncomfortable and push that within yourself. So you're challenging yourself every day too, and you get to experience that because, you know, I mean, you're focused and you're tattooing, right? But you're also pushing yourself to ask different questions, to get to know people being an introvert. So that's amazing that you have that growth and awareness within yourself as well.
One little tip of advice is this is what I did. And the reason why I was an introvert is I spent so much time with my head down drawing.
Right.
Sitting in my room all alone, just listening to music, and I'm not really learning anything from music. But now I purposely force myself to try to interact with people, and yeah, sometimes it's awkward and uncomfortable, and I think to myself, what's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to make fun of me? I'm not going to get beat up, I'm not going to go to jail, I'm not hurting anybody, it's not like falling down skateboarding hurts worse than talking to someone. Why am I so scared? But a big one is, if you have an empty cup, it's hard for you to spill out, but if you have a full cup, then you can overflow. In other words, the knowledge and wisdom that you've learned from reading other podcasts, you know, listening to smart people. And nowadays I love how YouTube is, so we can absorb so much. And be careful what you scroll on your social medias. If you're looking at nonsense, that's what you're going to fill yourself up with. If you're looking at toxic or poison or negative or drama, that's what you're putting in you. Just like food, you know, you are what you eat. Well, same with you are what you listen to and consume. So I consume a lot about tattooing, and by learning that, I'm also learning interactions with people and stuff like that. There's a lot more to tattooing than what you're saying. So even for yourself, if you ever feel like, what do I talk about? Study other people, you know, and then that will just kind of regurgitate out of you naturally. You know, I've read the full Bible 3 times, and that's a great literature, whether you believe in it or not. You know, it's just so many things that we can learn from. Dead people have put, before they died, they put their whole, not every dead person, just the ones who've written books, put their whole life's knowledge into a book that you can read in a day.